This is episode 5 of the Intentionally Foul podcast. It's your boy B Live and my nigga Los.
Yo!
It's Thursday. It's hot as fuck. It's been hot for like the last how many days?
Probably like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but it's been hotter this week. I mean, I've been sweating in areas that I didn't even know I could sweat in. My balls have been dripping. I'm manscaping. That it's just manscaping in this heat doesn't work for me unless I need like some kind of baby powder or some cream.
Is your ass hairy? Do you have swamp ass?
No, I don't have a hairy ass. I told you, like the last podcast, I don't really grow hair like that on my body. So Kyle, here.
Special guest Kyle again.
He's not really special. We already discussed that. And McFly sitting in the corner watching Tasty Blacks. So, so what are we talking about this episode?
So before we forget, we talked about on the last freaking podcast, and I fucking like always, you fucking took me off my idea. But I hope I get some type of feedback on. You don't know this story, but the other day, me and Kyle, we were going to link up, right? I was going to meet up with him, or you were driving over, or whatever. Oh no, you asked me if I was on the way. We were meeting with you. Oh yeah, this was last Thursday, right? This was last Thursday.
House.
We were meeting over there, and this is a comparison in rhymes, right? I never get any fucking credit for my rhymes ever, right? I think I come up with some pretty clever fucking rhymes, but I never get credit for them.
We call them bars.
Bars. Well, I'm trying to appeal to the masses. Some people don't know what the fuck bars are.
Bars
anyway,
means rhymes.
Yes. So anyway, Kyle, listen up. So Kyle said, and I want your honest opinion, okay? I want your honest opinion. He texts me and he said he wants to know my whereabouts. He's like, "Hey, where are you?" And I responded, "I'm on the way." He responds, "Me too." And I'm not talking about the movement.
Bars. Hey, one that shit was whoa.
Wait a minute.
God damn.
Are you fucking really laughing at that? That's crazy.
Bro, I laugh at everything.
Hey, wasn't that a good one though?
Yeah.
On a scale,
honestly, at the effects, bro. So you kind of set him up for that shit.
right? I'm going to follow the delivery. Thank you. I'm doing him a favor.
Yeah.
McFly. Hold on.
Go ahead.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how clever was that? And be perfectly honest, and please speak up because you're so far away. Sit on the ball, man.
Pause. The blue ball.
Oh, hey-o. On a scale from 1 to 10...
I don't know why you asked his ass. He gonna say, 0.
And we're gonna ask you too. So hold on. What do you think? On a scale from 1 to 10, how clever was that?
That shit was hard.
I would say... Shit, you making it worse doing that. I would say maybe about a 7.
You're kidding!
Thank you. I'll take that motherfucker hard.
Or,
Anything
you know...
That's a 7.5. That's definitely an 8.
I mean...
I thought that was very Dr. Seuss. Very fucking ABC. Very, I could see that shit coming a mile away.
All right, and let's compare it to what you
Okay, I'm gonna get there. So I responded to him, okay, if I were you, I would have said, "Me too," but without the hashtag.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Again, because it's a hashtag. It's called, the movement is hashtag Me Too.
We understand that, but that's social media wise though.
But you know what I'm talking about.
When you have to explain it,
you don't have to explain it. You know exactly what I was talking about.
I do because
it's hashtag Me Too.
That shit was trash, bro.
Whose was better though?
Mine. 100%.
Mine?
I mean, no dick ride.
You always do.
No, I don't.
No, that's just ABC, man.
Whose shit was better?
That was just like when me and Steven had that battle rap years ago, and I chewed his ass up.
Don't even bring that up because we can't bring up evidence, and we
can't because people lost their phone.
And then they gave you that funeral music. You
did.
That was not fair. Just for partisan fucking opinion. That was not no damn fire bars. No way. No.
Los, what are
way.
you talking about?
I'm sorry. The
You
video.
don't know what he's talking about.
Are you talking about the video that you posted maybe like 2-3 months ago where it was just
No,
it was just
no,
like
no, we don't. Nobody has that footage anymore.
Okay.
No.
Because I saw one from you that it was just my God. What grade are we in?
Nah, this was years ago.
Moral of the story.
Oh,
I think
my shit was hard.
Okay,
And I just
okay.
said my
Anyway,
YouTube bar, that shit was hard.
Okay, you can have that. I don't give a shit.
Thanks.
There's a story on fucking lately going back to fucking sports. This national championship, right? Alabama fucking quarterback Jalen Hurts is upset that nobody asked how he felt when this quarterback controversies, because I guess now this rookie, the one that took over during the national championship, and Jalen Hurts, how fucking dare you? You had 29 yards at the half. You had like about 3 completions in the half. How could you even say without being fucking shamed that you're how dare they not ask you what you think? You stunk up the fucking half. You almost lost the championship. This guy, this freshman came in and fucking tripled your production. How can you even say, "Oh, they didn't ask me what I thought"? Do you think they owed him that because Jalen Hurts has been there for a while? What do you think, McBride? You being an ex-fucking college star?
It all depends on probably whatever the conversation they had prior to that boy even coming to that school. They probably say, we'll always be open with you, tell you how we feel, but we don't know what the conversation that they had or whatever. But
they're currently showing the touchdown, the fucking 60-yard touchdown down the field to win the national championship. Prior, Jalen Hurts, dude, you wet the bed on the biggest stage.
He just said something.
But what about
He's
the
saying
entire year?
he the one that got him there. So that's his issue. Shit, I got y'all to the national championship and y'all just disregard me because I had one bad game.
I'm sorry.
Well, shit. That's just how it goes.
Would you do Tom Brady or someone like that? If they had a bad game and you put a rookie in and then they outshine, would you keep Tom Brady out the next week?
I think you'd have to have a heart-to-heart conversation with Tom Brady and said, "Hey, man, I think you've had your run, man. I think it's time to sit you.
Not from one game.
Sit him down.
30 minutes of sour plays.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I just think, man, how dare you when you fucking... Dude, you had 29 yards in one half.
I get it. But what I really want to talk about is what we were talking about in the chat. What was that, 2 days ago? About this whole... When you was talking about you going to take jujitsu.
Oh, yeah.
Come have a seat.
That's right.
Come have a seat.
What the fuck was I looking for? Oh, yeah. I like the joint.
So, explain to me, why do you want to take jujitsu?
One of my higher ups, right? He goes over there and he talks about it, all this shit that you fucking that you learn, right? And I've heard plenty of podcasts where they talk about, and like I told Kyle, you learning this fucking type of self-defense, this fucking fighting technique, like you learning it is just like the sugar on top, right? You learn discipline. You learn to problem solve when you're under pressure, because if you don't think steps ahead, you could possibly get your fucking arm broken or whatever, right?
Yeah. Whatever.
And there is plenty of evidence on YouTube where you see street fights where street fights, people that quote unquote only have hands, they throw hands, and again, like in a street fight, you're usually not boxing, you're fucking scrapping and people are, you know what I mean? So it's a lot more physical, right? Yeah. So I said, my argument was, and I've repeated it over and over, I said, if you know 2 fighting techniques, in other words, how to exchange with hands, boxing, whatever you want to call it, if you know that, plus another technique like jiu-jitsu, which incorporates fucking grappling and shit like that, and leverage and how to overpower someone that's bigger than you, if your argument is that just knowing one technique versus knowing 2 is better, in other words, you're saying that just knowing how to throw hands is better than knowing 2 fighting styles is better, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. And again, it doesn't have to be jiu-jitsu. It could be something else. It could be fucking kickboxing or something. But if your argument is that knowing 2 is not beneficial and you'd rather just know 1, that's incorrect. Is that right? And then, again, if we go back to the text messages, he said, you don't know what your opponent is going to know.
That is true.
And I said, you're absolutely right. So why wouldn't you want to prepare yourself and know hands, plus jiu-jitsu, and you can even know more. You can know kickboxing or whatever. Wouldn't it benefit you to do that if that's your reasoning? If that's your reasoning that you don't know what the opponent will know, wouldn't you want to prepare yourself more? Wouldn't you want to know more techniques?
I hear you. I mean, from my point of view, honestly.
Sit up, dude.
Excuse me. I was chilling. Honestly, realistically, fights only last 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
30 tops.
What kind of facts do you have?
I'm a fucking street fighter.
I'll Google it.
Shit, I mean, I fight people in the streets. I know for a fact, unless you knocking niggas out, and that's what, Kyle, 2-3 seconds when you put a nigga on his ass, a real good street fight is like 30 seconds tops. So me trying to learn some jiu-jitsu shit, bro, that's a waste of my time, to be honest with you. It's a waste. I'm not going to utilize the shit. I mean, I was talking to one of my other boys last week. People that have quote-unquote hands, you're born with this, like a natural instinct.
Okay.
Everybody doesn't have that.
Okay.
You know, so if I know I have hands, my hands have proven themselves many of times. I mean, I'm not, I feel like it's kind of pointless for me right now to go and take up a different fighting style because, for one, I'm old now. I don't need to be going around whooping nobody's ass like that anyway. But if I have to, I will. But I know how to fight, and I know how to take motherfuckers to the ground because I used to practice MMA.
You mean another fighting technique?
Yeah, but that was...
So it's to your advantage, correct.
I used to wrestle too.
So you have two fighting techniques. Is that what you're saying? So you have an advantage.
But
is that
I'm
right?
Saying, yeah, that was... This is...
What do you think? What do you think about what he's saying? I'm sorry, but you just made my point. You said you used to train MMA, which is bullshit. You used to wrestle. So not only do you have hands, you have an advantage in grappling. Is that right?
Well, because, I mean, for me, myself, everybody knows I'm not the most tallest individual on this earth.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not short, but I'm not 6'5". I'm at least, on a good day, 6 feet.
So would you not want to study a craft or a fighting technique that would give you an advantage when you're smaller than the average person?
Is that not correct? Than the average person.
You just said
height-wise, but
would you? Okay, so just for McFly over there in the corner. How tall are you, McFly?
Like 6'2".
6'3". 6'3". Let's say 230. Let's say. 230, right?
Yeah.
You are 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10", but I'm 220 now.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So let's just say, obviously you don't know McFly. You guys exchange words and fuck it, we're gonna go, right? Mm-hmm. He has an advantage over you, which is what? He's taller. He's maybe exactly, right? So why would you not? Okay, and let's just say in a perfect world, you guys have the exact same ability as far as throwing hands. Mm-hmm. Just right off the top, again, in a perfect world, you guys have the same talent as far as fucking boxing, right? He's going to win strictly off of advantage, right? Just because he has longer hands.
What? That doesn't mean shit.
Again, I'm telling you, in a perfect world, I'm just saying, off of body-wise, he already has an advantage. Is that not correct? He's bigger and he has longer reach. Is that not an advantage?
It's not.
That's not an advantage.
Not for me.
Oh my god. I can't. I'm fucking telling you the sky is blue, and you're fucking saying it's red.
I'm just saying because I can use his advantage to his weakness.
Okay.
So just like this, McFly is 6'3".
Okay.
I'm 5'10", 6 feet on a good day. I know for a fact that
when you're wearing heels.
If I'm fighting him at a distance, he gonna eat my ass up.
Of course.
But if I get up in his shit and pause, get up in there and just body him up and then stay close to him, then he doesn't have that wingspan, and he has to adjust, and he too busy adjusting. I'm already getting up in his ass.
So again, you're not listening. Again, you know if the boxing abilities were exactly the same, if that's your game plan, then what's his game plan going to be? He's going to keep you at bay like fucking Lennox Lewis did Mike Tyson.
True.
So again, if it's the same, again, why wouldn't you want to prepare yourself and know something where you can fucking grab this guy? And you could take that physical advantage away from him. Why would you not want to know that?
I'm just saying.
Would you not find it beneficial in some fucking way or form? Just fucking say it. Be honest. Stop being fucking
No,
honest.
I'm not dick riding. I'm just saying, let's use this example. I'm going to go to school to be a nurse, but I'm still a tech.
Okay.
Am I using the shit?
It's up to you.
But I'm still teching.
Yeah. But
Is it beneficial to me to go to school to be a nurse, but I'm still being a tech?
You leave the door of opportunity open for the other job to slide in there because you have that knowledge.
But that's too much of time. That's too much of an investment.
Okay.
And I'm not going to use it. I hear what you're saying. I just don't have time to invest into doing jujitsu. I took taekwondo when we was 6. I have yet to kick a nigga.
Have you ever? That's because again, you just.
And I only made it to the yellow belt because I didn't give a fuck about it.
Exactly. There you go. No passion. And again, how old were you again? 6. Get the fuck out of here. That's irrelevant. You're making my point. Like I'm saying right now.
You let me know when you go to jujitsu and
I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out for sure.
Did you get a Groupon?
No.
Did you find it on Pinterest?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting referred over there and they say, come on down for free. Check it out. If you like it, jump in. If you don't like it, you don't sign nothing. Don't do that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What is your purpose of studying the art of jujitsu-ness?
It's a fucking workout. And before we go that far, how many times have you ever tried jujitsu in your life?
I haven't.
So I'm going to use this fucking analogy, right? You have never, ever in your life had spaghetti. You've never had spaghetti in your life.
I love spaghetti.
But you're trying to tell me that I shouldn't eat spaghetti or... spaghetti tastes like shit.
What?
But you've never tried spaghetti. How in the fuck would you know? It's like when somebody tries to tell me about the bullshit about you shouldn't smoke weed, it's bad for you. This does happen to you. That happens to you.
Yeah, you have a point now.
And then I asked them, dude, how long have you been smoking? Oh, I've never smoked in my life. What? Then who the fuck are you to say anything? Same thing here. Again, I don't know what's gonna come of this. But all the information and like fucking things that I've said, it's nothing but good things. Mm-hmm. It's a great fucking workout. Dude, and then I showed you, and just for our sake, I sent a few links. I sent a few links to you guys, and I didn't get any responses. Not one.
Whoa.
Not one.
You sent links unless I was on a poll.
Visual evidence on when boxing has failed against jiu-jitsu and a heavyweight champion boxer.
But look at those dudes that you sent.
Hold on. James Toney, a professional boxer.
Yeah, he's like fucking 50 years old when he did that.
Hold on. How old?
You can't do that comparison.
How old?
So then twist it around.
Okay.
What if he did boxing?
Okay, hold on.
Because if you watch the fight...
I'm gonna get there. Hold on, because your young gentleman, your cousin over here, had the exact same argument, okay? So let me shut down the first fucking critic, right? James Toney, absolutely, out of his prime, right? Nevertheless, a heavyweight champion and a professional, okay? And who was he fighting? A washed up Randy Couture.
He was washed up.
So
Tony was washed up.
both of them, okay, exactly. So both of them were washed up, right? So it was kind of somewhat fair. Is that right?
How?
They were both past 40. It's not like James Toney was washed up and Randy Couture was in his prime. No way.
Randy Couture never boxed, right?
No, never boxed. Okay. Jiu-jitsu champion, though.
About him in the octagon, right?
Yeah.
He was in the octagon. That's why.
So what?
No matter how you slice it, I mean, you can put whoever.
Okay, so which is more realistic? You in the street to get into a boxing match, or you into get more physical? Somebody grabbing you, fucking taking you down. Dude, the average person doesn't know how to fight. So they're gonna fucking grab you by the shirt, come here, motherfucker.
Well, that's the reason why I'm just saying. But
is that not gonna happen? Like, how many times have you seen a fucking all right, let's go and fucking box? I've seen a few street fights, and it doesn't usually go as planned. Somebody stumbles, somebody falls, they trip over something.
Everybody got a plan until they get hit. They said that.
Exactly. So why wouldn't you want to be prepared for anything and everything? And jiu-jitsu prepares you for that type of shit. Like,
have you done your research?
Fuck you, dude. Do you think I'm going to start opening my fucking mouth on this podcast without doing some research? I'm waiting for you to fucking give me some facts so I can shoot them down. Let's hear it. And then the other video that I sent was a little bit more realistic for you guys. A guy that used one fighting style in the street versus a guy that knew jiu-jitsu. And what do you think happened in the first 10 seconds of this video?
It all depends on how you're playing the rules of it. Because if it's boxing, it's a total different story.
It was like a street fight.
That's a street fight, but yeah.
That's what we were talking about, a street fight.
You're talking about UFC and boxing.
Okay, so let's switch the other. Absolutely, dude. Go again. I'm gonna make this paint for you. The fucking argument that Kyle brought up. Well, look what Mayweather did to Conor McGregor. You're absolutely right. But those were boxing rules. Hold on. No. Hold on. The argument was a street fight. In a street fight, before you start fighting with somebody, do you say, hey, McFly, let's fucking get down. But don't kick me. You can't kick me. Don't grab me either. That's against the rules. Okay, but let's fight. Does that happen on a fucking street fight? You guys that have experience with street fight, do you guys talk about that before you guys start exchanging?
MMA bullshit.
Yeah.
What?
You heard it.
What did you say?
Nobody's done no MMA shit.
But do they tell you, hey, don't fucking kick me? In a street fight, anything goes. Is that not right?
That is true.
So why wouldn't you want to prepare for anything goes?
But let's
Because
say
God
if you
forbid-
study for jiu-jitsu and this motherfucker knows some different form of fighting or what is it called? Craft, like Muay Thai.
Exactly.
Or
So
something
why
like that.
wouldn't you want to know additional fucking fighting techniques
Some
to
of this
prepare
shit
that?
is just natural. Like it's just natural for some people.
I'm going to tell you guys a
So
story.
it really doesn't even matter.
I'm going to tell you guys a story.
Is that a new TV stand?
No, it's the same shit. You're just fucking oblivious of what's going on around you. So I'm going to give you guys a story, okay? When I was in high school, I was a young fucking lad. And I was in class.
Piece of shit.
I walk into second period. I walk into second period. And what was his name? Doesn't matter. Anyway,
Jeffrey.
we walk in. No, it was like Mr. Hecker or some shit like that. Anyway, I walk in there. We sit down like normal. Mr. Hecker has sunglasses on this morning. Takes the sunglasses off. Ah!
Got a shiner.
Shiner, lip busted, anything and everything, right? He looked like a fucking mess. Mr. Hacker, what happened? Mind you, we're like in fucking 10th grade, dude. So what are we, 15, 16? So, he tells us a nice little story. He was walking down the beach, his girlfriend, him, and his best friend. 3 people. Some fucking guy, average guy, walking down the boardwalk. They're at the beach. Let's say fucking Venice, right? They're walking down, 3 of them versus 1 guy, okay?
It's 2 of them versus 1 because the girl.
Okay. So yeah. So 2 versus 1, right? Mr. Hecker, his fucking best friend, and his girl.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is walking down the street. Boom. Bumps him as they're walking by. Bumps his shoulder. Mr. Hecker's like, hey, man, what the fuck? Like, he not aggressively, but hey, he was a nice guy. Hey, man, I'm sorry, bumped into you or whatever. The fucking guy that was by himself, he starts hitting on his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, girl, you need to fucking come over here with a real man or whatever, right? They exchange words.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Hecker and now his best friend, now they're like, hey, what the fuck, man? What's your problem? What do you think that single guy does? They start exchanging hands, 2 versus 1. What the fuck do you think happens?
Well, apparently,
This fucking
Mr.
guy...
Hacker and his best friend didn't have hands. Collectively, they were even more trash. And old boy just knew how to handle both of them.
He was a jiu-jitsu black belt. Because, I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. This guy had already fought 4 people before Mr. Hecker. Turns out that this guy just likes to walk down the beach, start shit, and try his fucking artwork or his fighting technique. Anybody that fucking bows up, he just fucking triangle chokes him out, whoops their ass. 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1, didn't fucking matter. This guy was on a rampage, fucking people up. So again, the point of the story and the argument was, Kyle, if you're trying to debate that one fighting technique is better than knowing 2 is simply wrong. I'm sorry. And again, it doesn't just have to be jiu-jitsu. It could be fucking kickboxing. It could be fucking judo or whatever the fuck.
Or in your case, karate.
Anything. But is it not better to know 2 things over 1?
I think for one rewind back. That
Speak
story,
up. Speak up.
The
Or
story
sit over
with
here.
Mr. Heckler, whatever.
Uh-huh.
They didn't have hands.
Okay.
There's no way.
Is there any proof?
But I'm just saying, though, it's no way.
Is there any proof? How do you know this guy just wasn't on his shit?
It
He was
doesn't
not.
matter because it's 2 versus 1. So that's like me and Kyle walking down the street, and let's say we run across a nigga like Steven. We don't even know Steven. He's taller than the both of us, and then he weighs more. What collectively me and Kyle outweighed him. If something happens to me and I just happen to get my shit knocked off,
You get sagged.
which is rare. It's just like a knock.
Anyone can get knocked out.
Oh, I've been knocked out before.
Okay,
but
so
that's
okay.
when I was at the Boys and Girls
Yeah,
Club.
anyone can.
But I'm just saying, if I get my shit rocked and while he's beating my ass, and Kyle comes and he can't fuck him up, yo, collectively, as men, we need to be removed from the earth.
What if McBride fucking? What if like, again? There's always someone better than someone else, right?
That's true, but I'm just saying, bro.
If
It's 2 men.
If he just sags your shit, dude, anyone can get knocked out, man.
But
Anyone
I'm
can.
telling you,
So if he sags you with one, and you go down,
if
then it's 1-on-1.
the earth stop and my shit gets rocked, and Kyle doesn't come and beat his ass, yo, for one, the whole bro shit friendship is over. We'll never talk about this shit ever again. We'll have to take separate cars home because as men, Los, that shit.
I understand.
Well, okay,
I understand. So let me tell you.
No, listen.
Hold on. So just because of the love I have for you guys, I would like to be prepared for fucking anything. Because if I see you get fucking sad, the first idea that's gonna come to my head, holy shit, that's for real. I'm gonna be
get knocked out. You might as well get the strap because
and you know one of the first things they train you in fucking jiu-jitsu is how to defend yourself when you're on your back and someone bigger and stronger than you is fucking on top of you.
But
when someone's mounting you and doing boo, 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 do you think hands are gonna fucking save you right there?
No, but the thing is that no one can take a punch. I can even say myself, I can't take a punch. You punch me in the nose, oh, that's it.
You're crying.
Yeah, that's it. All over.
Yeah.
Go. I'm stumbling back to the truck. And you got to pull out that strap and at least shoot somebody in the legs. That's it.
You know what they do? You know what they do in jiu-jitsu?
What?
They close the gap immediately.
That's what I was saying when I was talking about fucking Steven.
No matter,
It's close quarters fighting.
So you have to prepare for anything. So why wouldn't you verse yourself in being close?
I'm already well versed.
Here we go. That's like saying you're refusing to learn something.
I think the more of what they're trying to tell you, Carlos, is they're confident where they're at in any situation. Any situation they're in.
You said my name last week.
Yeah, you always did.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead, McFly.
Yeah.
Dude, no, you guys aren't understanding. 2 is better than 1. Is that not correct?
It's always
They're
2 is better than 1.
So that's what I'm saying. Is knowing 2 techniques not better than 1?
Absolutely not. But like I said, but where they're at, they feel they don't need it, and that's fine. They confident where that, and they feel like in any situation, even if they ran into a guy who did jiu-jitsu, whether if he was a black belt in karate and kickboxing, whatever, they're confident for what the knowledge and experience that they had and things that they've seen that they will be all right.
But I mean, every dog has his day.
So what if Michael Jordan said, let's say at the age of 30, right? He said, you know what? I'm already the greatest motherfucker there is on the planet. I don't need any more coaches. Coaches, don't talk to me. You guys can't show me shit. I am confident enough in my ability that I don't need any more coaching. I don't need to be in the gym anymore. I got these. And I'm pointing at my fucking legs. I could jump from the free throw line. I've already won 3 titles. Why the fuck do I need any more coaches? What would you guys think of Michael Jordan if he had that attitude?
But he gets paid for that. I don't get paid for fighting. So what's the point of me fucking learning?
Huh?
They're confident. That's all it is. They're confident where they're at. They feel like in any situation, they'll handle it.
Well,
or
I am to the best of my ability. Yeah.
Either or. Now, like I said, we understand that you want to, and that's fine. Shit, if I had the time,
Well, Carlos, you gonna learn that, and then if a motherfucker mounts me, pause.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
Because with your boxing ability, I hope he doesn't mount you. He shouldn't.
He should.
Because you're so confident.
I have a low center of gravity, so it's hard to take me down to the ground.
You never know, man. So again, why wouldn't you want to be able to defend that if the case it happens? It's kind of like having insurance. You don't think it's gonna happen, and yeah, you're just learning for nothing.
Okay, but
tell me this.
I go take jujitsu or whatever.
And still get
Still get my ass whooped.
But nevertheless, let's say
Let's spend $500 to get my ass whooped in a different way.
But first off, if before you learned fucking jujitsu, you probably had a fucking 90% chance you'd get your ass whooped. But if you were well versed in something else, maybe that fucking possibility goes to like 60 or 50%. Why wouldn't you want to invest in something that could possibly help you down the line?
I'm willing to invest into something that'll help me, just not that. Because I'm not going around fighting every day.
Of course you're not, man.
You know,
of course you're not. And again, this is just strictly, again, the argument started with if two is fucking better than one.
No,
Yes or
I
no?
hear you.
That was the argument. So in other words, you're saying that you agree with me.
Indirectly, yes. If that's what you want, Carlos, a.k.a. Los, whatever you want to call yourself. Unbelievable. But
Ridiculous.
let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Go ahead.
You pulled up this topic and you said, what does it take to pull or talk to a girl at a bar?
That was just a starting point. I just think women don't know the trials and tribulations of how hard men have it.
That is true.
Women always complain, or at least when I had social media, they would talk about, you'd have them recording themselves and putting up these inspirational quotes talking about, I know my self-worth, I don't need a man, or all that bullshit that I can't find a good man and all this other stuff. But they're at the club fucking going with no money in their pocket, knowing that men are going to be there to buy them drinks and all this other shit. And how many times, maybe in your younger fucking life, just like mine, you go buy drinks for these ladies, and what do they end up doing? They end up taking off, dancing with some other fucking loser or some other shit. And it's like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, I bought a few drinks for some females, but I knew them. But I was never the one to go around like, hey, let me buy you a drink, because I'm not going to invest into something that I know ain't going to go nowhere.
If you think about it, man, the men do everything for women.
That's true, because, that's just the way society has brought us up. We're supposed to cater, we're supposed to court, we're supposed to pursue these women, but...
If it wasn't for women, you wouldn't shower. That's a fact. You wouldn't cut your hair. You wouldn't go to the gym.
I don't know about shower.
You ain't going to the gym.
I would go to the gym.
You're not going to the gym.
But
why do you go to the gym now?
Because it helps me relieve stress.
If this world was nothing but men, you'd go to the gym?
Yeah, I would go to the gym.
No, bullshit. When you're buying rims for your truck, you're like, fuck yeah.
But you know what? That is true.
Tell me it's not.
So yeah, men, we do things
to
attract attention.
Absolutely.
But that's just in our genetics for some of us. But that kind of goes back to saying, like, how women, when they're ugly as shit, I'm sorry, let me not say that. When they're beautifully challenged, they can put on makeup. But when guys are ugly, that's it, bro.
It's done.
You're just ugly.
Yeah.
You can't do shit about it.
Women don't know that. It's crazy, man. We actually struggle. Men struggle every fucking time.
But that's part of life. We're supposed to pursue them or whatever. Like, just like how you said, women, they can go to a bar, to a club, to a lounge or whatever.
With no money.
With no money in their pocket, and they can come back home with a little bit of change, because they know for a fact, if they are decent looking and have, themselves put together, somebody's going to buy them drinks or buy them some food.
That's crazy.
That's just the way life is. You've seen it. I've seen it. Kyle, you've seen it. Yep. McFly, you've seen that shit. We've seen the shit firsthand. Shit, what about that? What was that one time we went to Vegas and Damian Leonard, Lily Z? I don't know. But
You talking about for last year? When we went.
He bought out the bar, or bought out the club, or he bought
out
the table.
We bought that section. Yeah, that was at Dre's.
Who gives a shit about that? I'm just looking at. You guys heard about those comments that Kelvin Benjamin fucking said about Cam, right?
No.
It looks well. Okay, so there were some comments about Kelvin Benjamin. Kelvin Benjamin being the ex #1 receiver for Cam Newton, talking shit that he would be a lot better if he actually had a accurate quarterback. Unlike Cam Newton. But the facts are that they're like 21-8 without Kelvin Benjamin.
I know, so.
But anyway, just about an hour ago, Cam Newton, he walked up to, there's video of Cam Newton walking up on Kelvin Benjamin and said, hey, I heard you were talking shit. Right here. So if you guys can check this out, there goes Cam Newton having to walk up on Kelvin Benjamin. Hey, boy. You got something to say, boy? Hey, hold up.
See?
Hey, Cam Newton's about that word.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's what we talking about.
You can't send it.
Nah,
It's
look
on
at
Twitter.
this shit.
It's on Twitter.
Oh,
I'll
yo,
post
stop
up the
that
link on
motherfucker.
my, what you call it.
I said, ooh, okay.
Let me see.
So anyway,
Hey.
So that goes
Hey.
along with lines with
Damn,
saying
damn.
that.
Ooh.
So when there's a problem and someone speaks up on you, that you're willing to address that shit in person. Unlike
Your boy.
I hate mentioning this motherfucker's name.
Your boy.
I hate this dude. This nigga Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's such a bitch, bro. Like, I never seen somebody get under my skin so much. And I don't even know this dude.
So why are you letting him get to you?
Because I just think, like, social media has put this, like, this invisible fence between us. You ever seen that Chihuahua? And when that barks between the, I mean, on the other side of the fence,
Right.
got so much smoke. As soon as you hop on that side, quiet as a
Turn it
mouse.
down, yeah, please.
Running away and shit. Tekashi, he does the most trolling. He talking shit about YG. YG was in New York, was it yesterday? He probably still out there. Because he did the Breakfast Club interview and I think he was on TRL.
Right.
And so Tekashi gets on social media and said, oh, I got 9 Billboard hits. Yeah, bro, nobody give a fuck because these new generation niggas, they like your trash ass
Keep talking about what he said so people that don't know.
He was saying,
He been paraphrasing. He said, "Man, YG, you're a bitch. You fucking
Yeah, you suck my dick.
Yeah, your new
know.
album didn't do nothing that I
Yeah.
did. I have 9 fucking Billboard chart fucking winners.
you had
whatever.
all these people on your on your track, and it still didn't do as well as mine.
Right. I think the problem is that just everybody knows that he's like a fake blood and shit like that, and YG, I'm assuming, is the real blood.
Yeah,
and that's fucking very disrespectful for the shit that
Well,
he was
not
saying.
just that, but just to say, suck my dick.
Yep.
Another man's, that's fucking
That's
disrespectful.
That's fighting words.
Yep. So that's why shit spins out of fucking control to the point where people get their fucking head blown off.
But Tekashi, again, I keep on saying it, he's not about that smoke.
Yeah, he's not. But I mean,
Because I just watched this video today. This motherfucker grabs the biggest of biggest security guards
Of
to
course.
walk around him because he knows for a fact if he's by himself, bro, somebody will knock his whole jaw off.
Do you think if we didn't give him this attention, would this continue?
People like that drama, though.
Of course.
Of course.
So
Yeah,
he
I
feeding
mean-
off of that shit, but you see his shit kind of like simmered down a little bit. He ain't been as, I would say, talked about like how he was a few months back and all that other bullshit was going on. So,
That is
Like
true.
the Kardashians, right? Whenever you stop hearing about the Kardashian, what do you think comes out? A fucking ass shot of Kim Kardashian.
Oh, yeah, they gotta get
or
that.
or something like that. You know what I mean?
That bitch is
With people like
slut.
that, I mean, fuck. Listeners might get offended because they might love fucking Kim Kardashian, but
Man.
they like realistically they don't have any talent, right?
They don't.
They don't bring something to the table. Kind of like your boy, your fucking favorite rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine. He doesn't really have a rapping skill, so he does have to do that outlandish shit to be able to get fucking attention. So I think it's stupid, man. I think you cut off the goddamn social media and stop giving this motherfucker views.
Bro, it's not even that. It's the kids that do that shit.
Yeah,
because
it's true.
It annoys us. They like that drama shit, bro.
On another
Because
fucking,
it's like, yo, this shit could get real any second, but
Of course.
they don't know about reality yet.
right.
so who's in the wrong when shit goes south, though?
Well,
It's just like you're asking for trouble, man. I mean, the police and the fucking security guards can't help you forever. I mean,
no, I mean, but you have to be held accountable for your actions. So
Yeah,
that's like if
yeah.
I'm just trolling and shit on the internet all fucking day, 24 hours a day and
You
shit.
have to understand what might happen.
What's your boy Jay Prince say? Quote that line, Kyle. He said, you keep on campaigning, something of that nature.
Gotta paraphrase. What the fuck you say? I forgot what the fuck
You say you keep on campaigning, you bound to get elected or something like that? Something to that nature. Like, he keeps on asking for it, and then when it's time, it's like, yo, because apparently before this stupid ass Fifi bullshit song came out, he got his chain snatched or whatever. I don't even know if it was real or not. Nobody knows if it's real. But he was like, oh, he posted up a picture of XXX Tentacion talking about, my life flashed from my eyes and all this other stuff. Bro, but you still on the same fuck shit. Like, you haven't learned your lesson. Like, I don't really wish death upon anybody, but I just want somebody to just really punch his fucking jaw right into his fucking neck and break his face and send him back to his baby mom's house and let his kids see that shit. He'd be like, oh, now it's not a fucking joke anymore. Because somebody pushed your shit in and your fucking kid looking at you with your jaw wire shut.
Gives a shit, man. That guy's a fucking loser. And every fucking second we spend on our fucking podcast talking about a loser, it's
I just have to get it off my chest.
I know, but he's fucking trash, man. Who gives a shit, dude? Who gives a shit? Anyway, another thing we could fucking talk about, right? I always would like your fucking opinion on this because I believe in this shit, but what would you think if we legalized everything?
What are you talking about?
Drugs.
No, man.
Why not?
Fucking Demi Lovato, whoever the fuck that is, that's a nasty drug, but...
It was heroin, yeah?
Yeah, man.
So you want that to be legal too?
Yeah, bro.
Do you know why a lot of the fucking overdoses and shit like that happen? From, like, let's say heroin or...
Because people are fucking depressed.
Or cocaine or some shit like that. No, it's because it's a bad batch. It's not fucking...
Because you OD?
When you... Yes, obviously, but you're going to do too much, obviously, right? But, for example...
I don't believe that.
Do you guys know there's a country already that has everything decriminalized? Portugal. Okay? And let me tell you some fucking facts.
How many people live there?
Dude, fucking ridiculous. Portugal is like a fucking metropolis. It's not a fucking second world country or third world country. So listen, Portugal decriminalized all drugs back in 2001. They treat possession of small quantities of drugs as a health issue, not a criminal one. You'll get a small fine and a recommendation for treatment.
Oh, they did talk about that shit before.
So listen, it's still illegal, but you receive a small fine and a referral for treatment instead of jail time. Okay? There is, in Portugal, 3 drug overdoses per million people in that country since it's been decriminalized. I repeat.
How many people are in that country?
You could look that up, but I'm telling you this fact that I have. Okay.
Yeah.
3 drug overdoses per million people. Yeah. Okay. So let's say there's 30 million that live in Portugal, maybe like the size of LA. Fucking do the math. Okay.
I hear you.
So listen. According to CNN, more than 63,600 people died of drug overdoses in 2016 in the United States. Okay. The
dirty hands off.
Listen, the decriminalization would also help eradicate all the dangers of designer drugs like synthetic marijuana, bath salts. If you can get the real thing, the imitation drugs become obsolete. What do you think about that?
I mean, that just goes to show that our system is fucking trash. We get put in jail for doing drugs instead of having to go to some rehab. And it's just like how in different countries, when certain people go to jail, they actually go to jail and they pick up a skill or some shit like that, and they make them, what's the word I'm looking for? They groom them to go back into society.
What's the percentage of that actually fucking happening? Of somebody rehabbing their time and then coming back out? Depending, I can see what you're saying. Depending on how many years they were in prison.
Exactly.
Or jail, prison, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because they rehab them and make them socially, capable of going out there and getting a job or whatnot.
I think there's too many variables in that. How can you compare me to, let's say I stay in prison for 3 years compared to somebody that's in there for 15?
I mean, I'm sure they do the logistics on that shit, on what you be trained for or when they're going to start training, because, I mean, it's certain people that go to jail now, they come out, they can't do shit.
What's the percentage of people that fall right back in
within
6 months?
It's high.
Absolutely. So
because they're not socially, ready for this shit.
So why, if it's working somewhere, why would it hurt to try?
Well, we're already selfish as fuck, so they want to fund their money into something different.
So, do you know there is a drug right now on the market? I don't have the name in front of me, but there is a drug, and I'm not mistaken, it's in Portugal, that is having amazing effects on, you're throwing me off. Stop sticking your big fucking head in my front of my face. It's having amazing results with addiction, right? So it's actually having the adverse effect. So when you take this medicine, let's say you take heroin, right? Let's say you're addicted to heroin. You take this new wonder pill, right? The next time you try to inject heroin into your body rejects it. You can't take it anymore. And it's having amazing effects in this fucking country.
So why we ain't got it?
We can get it, but how much money is there in addiction? Keeping people sick, keeping people in prison.
That goes along the lines of how much money can you make off of a cure versus how much money can you make off of medication.
Right, I get it.
And so, for example, what's one of the big things that a lot of people don't fucking know about, like these houses, these rehab houses that are getting funding from the government, but they're fucking scam artists. Any one of us can open up a rehab fucking and get funding from the government for these people's insurance and shit like that. But there is a case where they killed some guy because the owners of the house were selling them drugs to keep them addicted. And it's like, dude, there's too much money in addiction. So why would the government want to solve the problem? They wouldn't, because there's too much money in addiction.
Right.
So
I agree.
So why in the fuck, when there's, like, for example, a country like Portugal where this shit is happening and fucking that economic state is flourishing, why wouldn't we try something like that? And why would people be opposed of at least hearing the argument and conversation of decriminalizing all drugs? When there's an actual real city, not a third world country, a real city metropolis that is actually doing something good. Why would you guys be so
opposed?
Yeah, 100%.
I'll tell you, what type of government do they have?
Do they have? Just like this one, man.
I don't believe so.
You don't think it's a democracy?
No.
They have a government, but not to the same rules and regulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not like a superpower. Maybe not like a superpower. So, with a country that doesn't have technology like the U.S., why wouldn't we do even better? Because if a country that doesn't have the technology and assets like we do, if they could do it, then why can't we?
The moral standard is probably way different because our moral standard is trash.
What facts do you have to back that up? Do you know any Portuguese people?
You said that population, that group of people that's using the drugs, whatever, they don't have a lot of addiction, right? So they're not dealing with addiction out there, right?
They know how to handle addiction.
With the decriminalization about it, like they said, they don't see it as a crime. They see it as like a sickness and shit like that. So they try to treat their people and get out of it instead of locking them in jail and not giving them any fucking treatment. Do you know what I mean? And when you decriminalize it, or let's say you fucking make it legal, right? You can tax it, and what can you do? You can eliminate all the bullshit, because there's a lot of designer drugs, like they mentioned, synthetic marijuana, bath salts that you can buy. Yeah, the bath, whatever the fuck they call them. You could buy them at the gas station. Kids can buy them at the gas station, and they're overdosing and fucking themselves up because of this shit. I think there was a story not too long ago where a fucking homeless man got eaten by a fucking human being. And what was he on? What was he high on? Bath salts. Bath salts.
Why did they name it bath salts?
I don't fucking know, dude. Because they have to name it a certain thing so they can make it legal.
Because I thought bath salts was like Epsom salt at one point.
That's what I thought too. This is like the code name for it, right? But you can go to the gas station and buy this shit, and fucking kids are dying because of this shit. Those type of atrocities are happening. So if you decriminalize it, right?
So you would make that legal?
No. But that's fake marijuana. That's fake drug. So if you decriminalize it, you know what I mean?
Right.
The cheap shit goes away. The cheap shit goes away because you can get the real shit. You know what I mean? Now people are fucking mixing like heroin and.
I think it'd be the same thing though. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Right.
I would think it would be the same thing. You know, people are gonna get addicted. Still, they're gonna use large quantities of it, and then they're gonna want to mix it, and then you have people that's gonna want to sell it. still on the side.
But you wouldn't be able to sell it though because you can get it at a fucking liquor store.
Yeah, I mean, but that's still like nowadays with weed though.
And
right, you got the dispensary.
It's
so
a convenience.
Still selling.
Yeah,
because shit is cheaper. You're not being taxed on it.
So once they totally legalize it all the way, the people that like, for example, like bootleggers, right? You will really get fucking convicted. You really go to jail because you're like, dude, we already legalized it. Now you're fucking doing black market shit and you're probably not paying taxes on it. You're in trouble. Now we can lock you up. So, just out of convenience, man, I think it.
I don't know.
I think it's just better, man.
I don't think that will work.
I mean, it's the shit that's happening and shit. Why isn't it worth a fucking try, man?
Yeah, but that's some hard ass.
It would be super rough. Again, like we've watched fucking Breaking Bad. Tons of fucking bad meth is the ones that these fuckers were mixing with some bullshit. High quality fucking shit.
Who the fuck wants to smoke meth though?
You wouldn't, right? Even if it was legal, would you smoke meth?
No.
If heroin was legal, would you do it?
No.
Then what are you worried about?
I'm just saying.
Like look, alcohol's legal, and I don't drink.
Yeah, but look at the side effects of it, though. Look at the.
You're
the
absolutely right.
Shit.
But
So
look,
why would you make that shit legal based off the
look
deadly effects that it can have on it?
That means that you'll implement more laws.
That's killing people.
what is alcohol doing for you?
Well, that's true.
It's the same thing,
but it's controlled.
You know what it is? It's that us as a society, we'd rather be lied to than told the truth.
Because the lies were entertaining anyway.
No.
What are you talking about?
Because
You'd rather hear the lie instead of the truth.
If you're smoking one cigarette, do you fucking die right after it?
I wouldn't know. I don't smoke.
Nobody
cigarettes.
does. How about when you have one drink or one shot of Patron? Do you die after it?
Nope.
It takes about 20 to 30 years for it to fuck you up, right? So with something like heroin or something, it's more potent. You do it like fucking 10 times, you're probably gonna fucking die. Let's just say, right?
Depending on your body.
To it, though.
Huh?
My whole thing is when you get addicted to it, you're gonna use it more than that once, twice, 5, 10 times. Then you're gonna end up killing your fucking self.
Why would you?
Why produce that type of drug and make it legal if people are still gonna die off of this shit?
Again, just because it's legal doesn't make you like, oh shit, heroin's legal? I'm gonna go try it. I wouldn't try it.
It ain't for everybody, bro.
You wouldn't try it, right? Because you're educated and you see the heroin, let's say the fucking syringe or pill, whatever, it says, beware, this can happen, this can happen, this can happen. Unlike, would you rather have at least know, okay, I'm not going to try that, and it fucking tells you right there what the fucking happen if you do. Or if, let's say, for example, when you're younger, right? When you're curious about a fucking drug. You can't ask your parents about it. Why? Because it's illegal and it's fucking taboo to speak about it, right? Like, fuck, I'm not going to ask my fucking mom. Like, what the fuck? What happens when I smoke weed? So it makes the child go sneak around their parents.
Curiosity.
Doing some wild shit. Grabbing weed from the gas station. Or meeting with Uncle fucking Joe. And who knows what the fuck Uncle Joe is putting in that shit. And that's when kids get strung out. And that's when fucking bad shit happens. When they have to go across town to get fucking fake weed or weed from so-and-so. And that's when bad shit happens. When they have to go into bad neighborhoods to go fucking find the shit. But if you have it controlled and monitored like alcohol, ID, all that shit, wouldn't that be better? Wouldn't it be better for a child to say, Mom, what the fuck is heroin? It says right there on the fucking label, don't do that shit. This can happen, that can happen, that can happen. It obviously, people are still gonna get addicted. Let's say 50%, right?
Well, that's my whole thing. People still gonna be. So why even? Bother?
But it would be naive of us to say that if people did not have more information, they would probably make the right decision. They would probably do the right decision. Even if it drops it down 10%, 3%, is that not a win?
I guess. Like I said, I have to agree.
McFly, would you do heroin if the shit
Nope.
was legal?
Exactly. You wouldn't do it.
Nope.
You wouldn't do it. It's
Nope.
your choice. And again, if it's legalized, it runs through the government.
If you do legalize anything to do it like, not the so hard drugs like that, like cocaine powder. That should be legal. Like weed is legal.
Okay. So let's say this. So let's say this. Would you feel more comfortable again if you're gonna make the decision to do a drug, let's say cocaine? Would you feel more confident going to, let's say, a liquor store or let's say an establishment like a weed shop or a pharmacy to pick up some coke Or do you feel more comfortable going to fucking Jerry from fucking in Inglewood that you've never met before in your life, and then you don't even know the guy.
You keep touching me?
And you don't know the guy, and you don't know how pure it is, and you don't know what the fuck you do. Dude, there's people mixing fucking fentanyl and all this other shit in fucking coke, man. Would you rather take that gamble, or would you rather take some shit that's certified, you know what it is, you know what you're getting?
Yeah, like, trust me, I get you. I mean, but my whole thing is the quantity and the amount that is going to be abused in is always going to be drug abuse. But that type of drug, that's deadly drug abuse.
Yeah. So is alcohol.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, alcohol is.
So is drinking and driving. But do you ban cars?
You pull over, you take sips.
Do you ban alcohol?
So your argument depends on the person.
I think, again, dude, like, you guys are, like, we're saying it perfectly. Just because it's legal doesn't mean shit. You're not going to fucking start trying heroin just because it's legal.
Well, I guess you compare that to cigarettes.
Yeah, of course. But again, if you smoke a cigarette, nothing's going to happen to you, so you're probably going to be like, nothing happened to me, I'm good. Let me do it again.
To you, it's just...
You get addicted.
It's delayed, right? And it's not happening instantly.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah. But people still do it.
All right, so basically saying we need to have different laws approved by the government for this drug shit.
Yeah.
And you honestly feel it'll tear everything down?
I just think, why not try it? And I just think it's scary when people are not willing to listen to other people's ideas, because that's when shit.
Everybody can understand. That's why.
That's the scary part, man.
Yeah.
Where when shit is bad, I think everyone's opinion has to come to the fucking table, and you need to consider everybody's ideas.
Everybody's opinion doesn't even matter. You understand what I'm saying?
Crazy, dude.
Don't pass that shit over here.
Fucking sissy.
He's good.
One of the cool things that I fucking saw that I think is going to be legalized: sports betting in Buffalo Wild Wings. What the fuck do you think about that?
Whoa, I like that.
I think it's great.
I think it's
down.
good.
When's that starting?
I don't know. They're talking about that Buffalo Wild Wings is in the discussions right now to try to get that shit cracking. I think that's fucking amazing.
That would be dope because it'll bring more business for them and it just makes it a little bit more interesting.
There is something that I saw a podcast talking about, that there is like this LGBTQTS
WV
movement. The movement that they are, for example, I guess there's this lady and she is a professional fighter, but it was a man that transitioned to be a woman, and she's being allowed to compete with women in a fighting and a combat sport.
That's unfair.
That movement. Again, if you're transitioning, if you're gay, lesbian, whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's actually people that say that's okay, that she's doing that. We need to respect his/her gender
He's doing that.
and what they're doing and what he's doing. We have to support him. He is a fucking human being. How dare us say that he can't compete and fight these women? But dude, if you pull up this video,
how dare
if you pull up this fucking video, dude, if you pull up I'm not bullshitting you. If you pull up this fucking video, this transgender woman is just fucking mauling people, laying people down, and that shit's ridiculous. We'll talk about that more next time, just because it'll take too fucking long. But I don't think that's right. It sucks for the fucking woman that's getting her ass kicked, and it'd be stupid to think of us that that fucking transgender woman, just because she fucking cut her balls off, it doesn't change their fucking bone structure in their hands and allow them just to be. Yeah, let's say the guy's fucking it is abuse. It's just letting women get beat up, and I'm sure they don't fucking, the women that are competing, I don't think they like getting fucking dominated by a transgender woman, male. I don't even know. I'm sorry, I don't know what they're supposed to be called, but or what's the correct term, but a male that transitions, because it's fucking 100 degrees outside, dickhead. Why in the fuck wouldn't I be sweating?
But she said smoking weed cools your body temperature.
Yeah, that was like a fucking hour ago. Anyway, we'll talk about that shit next time. I don't think it's right. Fucking, if you're a transgender woman, just fight with men. I mean, shit. It's nothing wrong with being transgender and shit like that, but I mean, come on.
That's abuse.
That's abuse, man. There's also another story of an Australian, same shit, Australian man that transitioned to a woman, and she's a heavyweight lifter in fucking Australia, and she's breaking all the world records that have ever been set by women, but just because she's transgender, they're allowing her to do that. How fucking fair is that?
It's stupid.
There's a whole community of people that think that's okay. that we gotta respect her
I don't have to
/ his
respect it.
decision.
I don't have to respect it.
Respect it and like it. You're in
No.
America. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Go ahead. Thank our fucking our paid sponsors. Toyota, I endorse you because I haven't washed my car in fucking 2 years, and you still keep on going. I love you. Car turns on every fucking time. I run that shit on E. You guys tell me never to do it. I do it anyway, and it's never turned off on me. Never giving me any issues. Toyota, I love you. Thanks for the sponsorship.
Well, how come you
Send me
don't
the
wash
check in
your
the mail,
car?
please. Because I don't give a shit.
You
I don't give a shit. Doesn't bother me.
You wear your shoes too tight.
Yes. I don't want to twist an ankle.
Oh my God.
Anything else?
Well, I was drinking this muscle milk before I came in, and make sure that my muscles are fused with good protein and nutrition.
How much sugar does it have in it? Is it good for your diabetes?
I don't have diabetes.
Okay.
I don't have high blood pressure either. I'm actually pretty healthy. When I piss excellence. Anyways, so it's your boy B Live. We'll see y'all next week. If y'all have any questions or have any suggestions on what you feel we should talk about, just go ahead and hit
I'm
me
talking
on.
about what the fuck I want.
Anyways, that's your problem. You're too fucking selfish.
Fuck you.
Hit me on Instagram, handsomely_educated, and we do have our podcast Instagram page up, intentionally foul. Oh, sorry, intentionally_foul.
That our marketing director has not
Actually,
done anything about.
what are you talking about? Have you seen it?
No.
Exactly. So shut up. I'm actually doing a good ass job of promoting and everything.
Ooh.
But yeah, just hit us up. We'll see y'all next week. Shut up.